It's January 30th. And no, it's December 30th. December 30th, 2019. And 2 days ago, I had met up with some friends down at the Wall Street area of New York, Manhattan. And one of these friends happens to be an attorney, someone that I'm working with to work on some FOIA requests that I'm looking to, so she's like, she's a friend, but she's also somebody who, I don't have a problem making a few bucks with me if, throwing it her way. And she had a couple of friends. And I wound up having an IPA after my window closed. It was around midnight. And let me say this. I went over to the Weekender to check on the Weekender because the GPS that I attached to the Weekender after the debacle out in the Rockaways that happened with it, the GPS system that I bought was not showing up on the phone. It was just like, so I said, let me run over to the Weekender and put and maybe charge up the device. So I ran over to the Bronx where I have the Weekender. I checked the device. The device is working fine. So that's one thing that I have to get done is like, listen, if I'm going to pay you $25 a month, I need this thing to work properly. Like, let me know what I'm doing wrong, because I'm going to need to just get my money back, or I'll just like resell them, because I bought 3 of them. I was going to put one with the kids, just in case, like you just hear all these crazy stories. So I'm like, I'll just throw a GPS in their book bag or have it in their pocket or something, It's just, has the world truly come to this where you need to put GPS on your children? And, I have the devices. One of them is for the Weekender. The other 2 are possibly for my children. I had a conversation with my kids, and I was like, yo, I was thinking about maybe getting a GPS, and I explained what it was, system, showed them the video, and they were like, if you love us, you'll do it. And I was like, oh my God, like, they so easily fell for that. Like they just were like, yes. I'm looking for a bottle of water. What if, let me see one. I see tissue back there. Oh well, what you gonna do? It's getting darker and darker. Cut my hair today. I did it myself. I always cut my own hair, and then I dyed the beard. So I must be feeling better, because there was at least a year period that went by and I was just like not into doing any real grooming. I was like, And then kind of seeing yourself, I start to say, boy, you've been waiting a long time not to have to comb your hair, but that don't mean you don't never have to comb your hair. So this was like about 7 days since the last time I combed my hair. Today I combed it and I cut it, and now it's just drying. So my hair is drying. So whatever the length was, I didn't go quite half. I went a little bit over half, I cut off a little bit more than a quarter of the hair, whatever the length was. If it was this long, I didn't cut it in half. I kind of cut it a little bit bigger, so it was like that. So I'm happy with it. Came out pretty dang good. just popped a few of those curls by shaking it like that. But trust me, they'll go back in a minute. My hair just, I love it. And then I use just the grapeseed oil on the hair. That was it. A little bit of grapeseed oil. Actually, LJ did the grapeseed oil, so she usually puts more than necessary, but my hands were just on my hair. You see a bit of a sheen there, but not enough
GPS
to
signal lost.
Not enough to oil up your hands. You'll be fine. If you touch it and then touch something that you're wearing. It's not like that. Where I normally use a lot less. I use minimal amounts of grapeseed oil, and I don't even use anything other than grapeseed oil nowadays. I used to buy all these products, but now I'm just grapeseed oiling it up. Even though, okay, I still have a shampoo and a conditioner, and that shampoo and conditioner, get at me and I will tell you all about it. So it's the only ones that I use. It's the best for my kind of hair, and I am happy with the cut that I gave myself. It's very even. And then when you have curly hair and you're a man, it don't have to be even. So that's a good thing, When it's curly, you're a man, it don't have to, but it just so happens that I can cut hair pretty well. I can do fades and all kind of stuff, and no, I never was a prison barber. That was not me. I just have this way of looking at things being done and then able to duplicate it pretty well. So I used to hang out in barbershops a lot, and I saw the way they did it, the arm movements and all that. So I've practiced, and boom, I do my son's hair. His fade is better than any fade. Not any, but it's comparable to a $25 haircut all day. The ones I give my son. And then my daughter, I cut all her ends and all that kind of stuff because she likes to wear a ponytail, and then she wants to flip the ponytail, invert the ponytail. She wants to do all this kind of stuff, and all that breakage stops the hair from curling. So right at the tip, she has this squiggly, straight little piece of hair. And I have to get there, but I know how to get at it and which angle to get at it. I know how to pull the hair. I know how to cut the hair. It's very instinctive for me. I just am good at that. I don't know what it is. It started I don't know, once I had kids, I guess. I kind of put it to the test. All those years of watching it being done. I know how to do a dark Caesar. I know how to do the line first and then come at it. I know, when I see the swirl, how to work around that to fade the hair so, you're not looking crazy. So, but I never have shaped up the front of my son's hairline. The way his hairline is shaped, I'm like, nah, that's not for you. Like me, I never shaped up my front of my hairline. I might have a little bit, but I have a very small widow's peak. But I used to have all this was covered in hair. My forehead was covered in hair all the way in my 20s. Just a light, you can still see when you look at my forehead, light. So, most of my cousins' foreheads are back here. I've maintained, look at that. Look at that hairline. 46 years old, not bad. So, some people got it and some people don't got it. By the way, all my friends are bald. All my male friends are black and bald. It's hilarious. And I'm like, yo, what's poppin'? What's good? And I used to just wear the ponytail for 25 years. And now we don't have to comb your hair anymore. So I just been letting it out and just rocking the fro. And it's the naughty boy fro half the time. I don't care. I love it. But to go back to my intermittent fasting channel, isn't this what this is about today? Today I'm talking about how I had the beer, and the whole time after I went to go check on the Weekender, which it was fine. I have locks on the tires of the Weekender. I hope I'm not looking crazy with the dry mouth. on the door like I normally have water. But what do I do with that water? I rinse my shoes off because I stepped in some mud. What's up with that? Oh, this is a Nas. This is from last night. I have a Nas. Nothing in there. Little splash. So, there you go. Gotta be something under one of these chairs. Maybe I'll hit the brakes and the chair move up. There it goes. That was violent. I feel the subwoofer. And then this paper. What is this? Keep off. That was something for the Weekender, actually, that I didn't put up, but I do have a huge sign that does say no trespassing. All violators will be prosecuted. Maybe bing right there. I'll show you the picture. Bing, 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 bing. That means I'm gonna have to edit this, but I'm gonna put this up before I do any of that. Possibly. It depends how crazy my dry mouth looks. But anyway, the whole night for the next 2 hours became a total mental nightmare. One in which my body was like, yo, it's past your window. You already have eaten. I mean, you already drank that beer. So you drank the beer, dude. You might as well go get that chimney. Go get that chimney on 187th. And check this out. I was by the Weekender. I didn't even go in the Weekender to check it out. I just looked on the outside of the Weekender. Because the Weekender is literally a block away from White Castles. And I was like, I got to get out of here. So as soon as I got off, I jumped on the highway. And I see the Jerome exit, and instinctively I try to fight it, but I actually got off the Jerome exit, and now I'm going up Jerome towards 187th Street to where? To the damn chimney spot to get me a chimney. But Joe, I only made it to Bradhurst, and I made the left. I didn't go straight. I made the left on Bradhurst and went up Bradhurst and turned where? University. That's what Slick Rick was rhyming about. He said, crashed to a tree near University, escaped alive though the car was battered, rat-a-tap tattered and all the cops scattered. So I turned on University. What did I do? Boom, right there, 181st Street Bridge. I'm going home. And then I started to get a little nervous because now I'm just getting up on the block. And what's on the other block? The bakery. And what do they got? The Cuban sandwiches. So, but as soon as I get to the block, I'm about to cross over. I look, I stopped, I backed up, made the right turn. Boom, there was a parking spot. I made it into the house. I go home. Whew. That was like a close call, but it took freaking forever. The cravings, the hunger, all that stuff. And then I'm coming off of the workout from the other night, the day before that. And let me tell you, it took me 2 days to recover. I just started to feel good. I was so stiff from that dang workout. But I've been stretching every day since the workout, so that's good. But Joe, the battle of the mind is no joke on this diet. It's like, no matter what you do, you have this looming fight. You have this. You're in a fight. You're in a fight to want to eat. You're distracted. You start envisioning the food in such a romantic way, and the mind is constantly telling you, yo, like it's just battle. The mind was telling me, yo, dude, you already had the beer. But you know what? I didn't drink the whole pint. I'm not going to drink and drive, because let me just say this. I did have an IPA with dinner. I stopped and I stopped off again over there by the Empire State Building I stopped off and got the Korean fried chicken. So I got the Korean fried chicken, and I had an IPA to go with it. So now, and this happened at 8 o'clock in the evening. So 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I decided to have another IPA, but I didn't even drink the whole pint. I was like, nah, and I left this much in the glass. The bottom of the glass, I left that much. It's not a lot. You know, the bottom is a lot smaller, but the pint was full all the way up. And I left this much. I was like, you know what? But the ride home was no joke. I went through Harlem. Everything was closing down. It was late. And the fight to eat was just so... It was just like the mind is so strong. It just tries it every chance it gets to just trick you and get you and grab you. And you just feel like, man, you know, I waited. I didn't eat anything from freaking 8 to damn 2:30 in the morning. Maybe it was even 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's like you start feeling like, man, I did all those hours and now I messed it all up. So I might as well have a whole entire chimney. And while I'm there, let me get a Coca-Cola with the chimney. So it's these battles that we're fighting and trying to get our minds right. And it's just sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad how powerless you feel. You don't feel like, you just feel like you're just constantly negotiating. And you think one day you got it, you got this beat, and then you find out, no, you don't. This, whatever this is, can't wait. Can't wait to get you to switch up and, you know, flip it around and do something totally different. Can't wait. It's like stressful. It's very stressful. But I did well. I made it well. Yesterday I did well. Today I started a little earlier because I kind of wanted to have lunch with the family. So we had a quick little lunch, which consists of, it was some Wisconsin cheese, you know, with some funky cheeses and some meats from, let's keep it real, I think these were all Aldi products. We got sexy with the Aldi products. I came out the shower, boom. It was just this smorgasbord. It was just so decadent and it was just beautiful. It was just cheeses and meats and all kind of like different crackers, some cheesy. It was beautiful. And there was like some sparkling cider. I felt like a king, you know? So I was like, I'm a little hour early, but you know, I've been stopping at the right time. So I said, no big deal. It wasn't like a negotiation. It was more like just being in the moment, and that moment allowed me to, you know, just enjoy it and be there with the kids, and we're all enjoying it. And my son is just like, I want to take this cheese to my school for lunch. He's so bougie, this little boy I'm raising. Jeez Louise. And, you know, but all the kids are in competition to be as, I was going to say non-compliant with the system, but, you know, to show how creative they can be with their lunch. You know, so mom is always making them their lunch, you know, doing all kind of like menu style stuff for these kids with wax paper and everything. That's how they're living. They're getting wax paper sandwiches and, you know, all these different condiments they can use, you know, the Chick-fil-A sauce, you know, you know, little packets of Nutella, all kind of stuff is going on. These kids are living a good life. And, you know, we love doing it though. We're lying if we say we don't love doing it. But You know,
There's a 7-minute slowdown on Battery Park Underpass in 1.5 miles. You are still on the fastest route.
Thank you. Thank you for taking a moment and listening to what I had to say about how tough it is, this road of losing weight. So tough, man. It's so tough. I mean, it's like a real war going on in my mind. So dastardly, the mind. It's just so, like, the mind just wants to win by killing you, it seems. You know, these thoughts are so evil. And it's so much better to just be in the moment, live in the now, you know, be true to the things you say, don't make any excuses, and then anything pops in your head, just shake them off, you know.
In 1,000 feet, slight left
And
onto
some
FDR
days,
Drive,
like the
South
other
Street
day,
Viaduct.
oh man, it was so difficult to shake them off. I remember laying in the bed, throwing those covers over me, and just like closing my eyes and say, tomorrow will be better. Like like as if I was some sort of junkie.
Take the next left onto FDR Drive, South Street Viaduct.
No, I'm not taking that way, boo. Sorry. You know, it just feels so crazy. She's gonna be talking a lot, so forgive me. I should have turned her off.
Continue for 1.5 miles.
Yeah, one thing I've learned in New York City.
There's a 6-minute slowdown on Brooklyn Bridge in 1,000 feet.
It's okay.
You are still on the best route.
Yeah. You know, you take the Brooklyn Bridge or you take the tunnel, it saves you 4 minutes, 3 minutes, tops. Because it initially said there was a 6-minute slowdown going to the tunnel into Brooklyn. Whereas I'd rather just take the Brooklyn Bridge. There's a 6-minute slowdown here. So the 4 minutes that I was going to save, you know, no big deal. 4 or 5 minutes, I saved $8. Literally. And I just spent a little money coming over the Triborough Bridge. And I didn't even go over the Triborough Bridge. I went from the Bronx into Manhattan. And that cost me $8. I don't want this trip to cost me $8 and $8. It's just like, you know, at the end of the month, you turn around and you're like, whoa, what the hell? It can just add up, you know? Then I gotta go back home. But thank you again for listening to me not have anything written down. Which I was thinking about changing some of that. Especially when it comes to the other stuff I talk about. You know? I don't want to come across as a guy who's in his car on his way to work or coming from work and, you know, medicates a little bit and then, you know, starts talking. How I have something go ping right there. Like a horse or something. Or hee-haw. Or a big teddy bear. This battle's no joke, man. I will win. I will be victorious over the weight. Boom.